Good day. So, nandito ako ngayon upang i-discuss sa inyo yung liquidity ratios. So, ano nga ba itong liquidity ratios? So, ito ay kino-compute ng ating mga company para malaman natin kung may kakayahan nga bang magbayad ng short-term obligations yung ating company. So, mayroong dalawang sikat na liquidity ratios. Ito ay yung current ratio and quick ratio. So, paano na nga ba natin kinukuha yung ating quick or current ratio? So, current ratio is equal to current asset divided by current liability. Current asset divided by current liability. So, ibig sabihin, kapag ang ating current ratio ay greater than 1, ibig sabihin, ang ating current asset ay mas mataas sa kanyang current liability. Ano ang ibig sabihin nito? So, ibig sabihin, kapag due and demandable na yung ating mga short-term liability, may kakayahan na magbayad ng ah, kanyang short-term obligation yung ating company. Kasi nga, mas mataas yung ating asset kaysa sa kanyang current liability. Which is ito ay okay ito for the company. Kapag ang current ratio ay less than 1, ibig sabihin ang current asset ay mas maliit sa kanyang current liability. Pwede na yung ating company ay hindi siya makabayad ng kanyang short-term obligations kapag dumating na yung due date. So the company might face a liquidity problem if the current ratio is less than 1. So ito yung iniiwasan ng ating company yan. So kapag ang ating current ratio ay less than 1, palagi, assuming lang palaging ganyan, so ibig sabihin, si company nagre-rely siya, okay, nagre-rely siya para makabayad ng kanyang short-term obligation based sa mare-receive niya during the period, yung mga cash flows during the period natin. Cash flows from operations during the period. And syempre, pwede din na uutang siya para mabayadan niya yung short-term liability. So, sunod ay quick ratio. Ang quick ratio, ang formula natin ng quick ratio ay quick assets divided by current liability. Divided by current liability. Okay, so quick assets. So, ang definition ng ating quick assets ay mga asset na mabilis. So, quick assets. So, yun ay joke lang. Hindi yun yung definition ng ating quick assets. Okay. The term quick assets are assets that are more convertible into cash. Ito ay more liquid assets. Okay, more liquid assets. So, mas liquid ang measure ng ating quick ratio versus sa ating current ratio kasi ina-assume ng ating quick ratio na ang ating inventory ay hindi niya ma-convert agad into cash. So, kapag current ratio, pwede natin gamitin yung ating current ratio kapag yung ating inventory ay mabilis siyang ma-convert into cash. But if the company is suffering from inventory turnover, mababa yung benta niyang kanyang mga inventories, so the company might or may calculate the quick ratio instead of current ratio in assessing whether kaya niya nga ba niyang magbayad ng short-term obligations or hindi. The quick assets that are included in the calculation of quick ratio are cash, plus receivables. Okay, plus receivables plus short-term marketable securities, which is liquid instant marketable securities like treasury bills, commercial paper na readily na ma-convert siya into cash divided by current liability. So the interpretation of this quick ratio ay ganun din. If the quick ratio is greater than 1, it means that the quick assets is greater than current liability. Ibig sabihin, pwedeng makapagbayad yung ating company ng mga short-term obligations kapag yan ay dumating na yung due date. If the quick ratio is less than 1, it means that the quick asset is less than the current liability. The company might experience a liquidity problem wherein hindi siya makapagbayad ng kanyang mga short-term obligations. So ito ay hindi okay sa ating company. Ayan. So yan basically yung introduction natin sa ating current and quick ratio. Punta naman tayo sa example para ma-apply natin yung knowledge natin. Okay, example. For instance, company AB and company CD. Company AB, ang kanyang current asset ay sabihin natin na 50,000. Current liability ay sabihin natin na 40,000. While company CD, its current asset is, for instance, 60,000. And the current liability, for instance, ay 80,000. So, limbawa, tinatanong sa atin yung current ratio. So, ano ulit ang formula natin ng current ratio? It is current asset divided by current liability. On this problem, company AB's current ratio is equal to 50,000 divided by 40,000. Ito ay 1.25. So, interpret natin, ito ba ay okay para sa ating mamimit niya ba yung kanyang short-term obligations or hindi? So, dito dahil ito ay greater than 1, it means that its current asset is greater than its current liability. Na kapag dumating na yung due date ng ating corporation para sa kanyang mga short-term liability, so makakapagbayad siya. While company CD is 60,000 divided by 80,000. So dito ay ang kanyang current ratio ay 0.85. So dito, the current ratio is less than 1. It means that the current asset is less than its current liability. Na kung saan pwedeng magka-problem. Walang maibayad yung ating company. Kasi nga, ang kanyang utang 80. Ang kaya niya nang ibayad 60. So the company might experience a liquidity problem in this example. Company CD, pwedeng hindi siya makapagbayad kapag dumating na yung kapag nag-due na yung kanyang liability. So dito, ang kailangang gawin ng ating company, improve niya yung kanyang current asset. Pwedeng uutang siya or pwedeng dapat mas mabilis siyang magbenta ng cash, etc. So dito si CD, so kung ganyan palagi ang kanyang current ratio for the previous year, so baka mas nagre-rely siya na makabayad ng kanyang short-term obligations sa kanyang mga nare-receive from its operation, mga cash flow from its operation. So ito, nagiging relevant itong ratio na to, hindi lamang sa inaalam natin kung okay siya or not. Alam natin makakabayad siya kapag greater than 1, makakabayad siya ng kanyang liability kapag greater than 1. Kaso nga lang, ito din, ina-assess natin yan compare sa industry. Ayan. Hindi lamang sa mismong company. Kino-compare natin yan sa ibang industry. For instance, ang industry dito ay 2. Okay. Diyan din na nagiging useful yung ating mga ratio. Kumbaga, kino-compare natin yan sa ating industry. Yung industry nagsaserve yan as a benchmark. Ibig sabihin dito, mas okay yung industry. So baka si company AB is i-improve pa niya yung current ratio hanggang sa maging close at least sa kanyang industry. Okay, but basic concept ng ating quick and current ratio ay assessing kung mamimit nga ba ni company yung kanyang short-term obligations. May kakayahan nga ba siyang magbayad or wala? So ito ang mas tinitingnan din natin. Example pa para mas ma-imagine natin. So dito, presented below are the partial balance sheet of XYZ company. Calculate its current ratio and quick ratio. So current ratio, formula natin ng current ratio ay current asset divided by current liability. The current asset includes cash, AR, inventory. Oops, the equipment is a non-current asset. Tama ba? And current liability ang ating accounts payable, notes payable, and expenses. The bonds payable is generally non-current liability. So dito, ang ating current asset ay 15 plus 22,000 plus 30,000. Divided by its current liability na 21,000 plus 20,000 plus 5,000. So 15 plus 22 plus 30,000 equals 67,000. Divided by its current liability of 43,000. Its current ratio is equal to 1.56. Okay, so anong interpretation natin uli dito? Okay ba yan? Good ba yan sa ating company? Sabi natin kapag ang ating current ratio ay positive, greater than 1, mas may kakayahan siyang magbayad ng kanyang short-term obligation. Okay. So ito pala, ito ay 46,000. 46,000. Ayan. So tama na mali yung aking nailagay. Siyempre, tinitingnan ko din kung nakikinig nga ba yung aking mga viewers. So ito ay 1.46. And quick ratio. Quick ratio is equal to quick assets like quick assets divided by current liability. Ang ating quick assets ay 15 plus 22. The inventory is not considered as a quick asset. Equals 15 plus 22, 37,000. Liability ay the same lamang for both ratio. 37 divided by 46,000. 37 divided by 46.8. Okay, so if interpret natin ito, if current ratio, so makakapagbayad siya. Tama? Makakapagbayad siya ng kanyang short-term obligation when it will become due. Kasi nga, mas mataas yung kanyang current asset versus current liability. But if the inventory or if the company is suffering from low inventory turnover, halimbawa, hindi niya na ibebenta yung kanyang inventory, hindi niya na i-convert into cash. So, ibig sabihin, mas maganda or mas appropriate na i-calculate yung ating quick ratio versus the current ratio. Okay? Kasi nga, mas based sa ating current ratio, hindi siya makabayad ng kanyang liability. So, yun ina-assess natin. But if the company ay mabenta yung kanyang inventory, good as ano siya, parang nako-convert siya into cash. So, dito, okay lang na or na gamitin natin yung current ratio sa pag-assess ng liquidity problem ng ating company. So, ayun. Lastly, last na. Firm long-term asset is equal to 150. Total assets 400, inventory is 50, and current liabilities 100. Calculate the current ratio and quick ratio. So dito, current ratio is equal to current asset divided by current liability. Dito sa problem na to, binigay yung ating current liability na 100,000. So, paano natin kukunin yung current asset? Wala dito yung ating current asset. So, alam mo na ang ating asset ay composed of current liab and current asset and non-current asset such as PPE. Tama? So, dito, if the current asset is 400,000 and the long-term asset is equal to 150,000. So, ilan ang ating current asset? Basically, ibabawas mo lang. Tama? 250,000. So, dito, 250 divided by 100,000. So, ang current ratio ay 2.5. So, quick ratio. Quick ratio is equal to quick assets. Quick assets is equal to cash plus receivables plus marketable securities divided by current liability. Sabi natin, the same lamang ang current liability for both ratios. So, ibig sabihin, 100,000 yan. So, dito, how can we compute the quick assets? Dito, okay, the general difference of quick ratio and current ratio is the inventory, amount of inventory. Actually, another formula for quick assets is equal to current asset minus inventory minus, if any, ay prepayments, prepaid expenses. Ayan. So, dito sa problem natin, wala namang prepaid assets. So, current asset minus inventory lang. 150 no, 250 minus 50,000 divided by 100,000 is equal to 2. So, ayan yung basic knowledge natin sa quick ratio and current ratio. To recap lang sa na-discuss natin, alam natin na liquidity ratio, ginagamit natin ito para malaman natin kung may kakayahan nga bang magbayad ng short-term obligations yung ating company. So, may dalawang sikat na liquidity ratios. Ito ay current ratio and quick ratio. So, ayun yung discussion natin for this video. So, if any na meron kayong gustong ma-discuss na related sa finance, so, pa-comment na lang. So, if nag-enjoy kayo sa video na ito, sa lesson na ito, so hit like and click subscribe. So, yun lang for today and goodbye.